How can we separate cream from milk? Now, cream can be separated from milk by a method called centrifugation, and that's what we're going to learn now. To understand the process of centrifugation, let us see what milk is made up of. Now, milk is a mixture, it's colloid, and there are at least two components in milk. The components that we are interested in is the oil or the cream. So here milk is made up of this oil droplets suspended in a watery liquid. They have a different property. This oil has low density, while the watery substance has the watery liquid has higher density. So this difference in property of the two components of milk is used to separate the cream from the watery liquid. The milk is then added into this centrifugation machine and spun very rapidly. However, this is a mechanical machine. They now use electric energy to spin the milk. So here is the milk. I have to put it in blue because I cannot put it in any other color, with this oil droplets, and it is spun very rapidly. Now when this milk is spun rapidly, something interesting happens. All the lighter particles float on the top, while the heavier particles of higher density sink to the bottom. So there is a separation of the two components, like you can see here. The oil or the cream here, the oil or the cream, which is lighter, floats on the top, while the watery material, the watery liquid, sinks to the bottom. But for this separation to take place, this milk, which we here initially had everything mixed into as a homogeneous mixture, we could not see the different components. When it is spun rapidly, it separates out from oil and the watery liquid. Here is a picture of a man churning milk or spinning the milk so that he can separate out the cream from the rest of the liquid. So the method used to separate cream from milk is called centrifugation. The same technique is used while drying clothes in a washing machine. Here is a picture of a washing machine where the clothes are first spun rapidly with water and they are cleaned, and then the water is drained out. After the water is drained out, now the clothes are spun very rapidly, and in doing so the water molecules or the water begins to come out, separates out from the clothes. Here is yet another picture to explain how clothes can be dried. Here we have wet clothes. In this we have clothes with water because they are wet, and when they're spun here with this in this machine, the water begins to move out of the clothes, and hence the clothes are dry. So centrifugation is also used to dry clothes in washing machines. The method of centrifugation: dry clothes or separate water from clothes in a machine, in a washing machine. Here we'll see the centrifugation of blood. Now blood consists, in this picture we see, consists of plasma, which is a liquid, and we have the cells which are suspended in the blood. Now remember again, blood is a colloid, and it is a heterogeneous mixture, although it appears homogeneous. And here blood is now spun rapidly. It is spun rapidly in the centrifugation machine, and on doing so it then separates out. Have you seen the picture here? It separates out into blood cells, white blood cells, and plasma. This has got highest density, so it comes at the bottom, highest density. This has got a little more density, not more, less density, and here this is the least density. So centrifugation is also used for blood test and even urine test, where the urine will be put in a centrifugation machine, spun rapidly, and hence separated into its different components. Now for here I've made a mistake. Milk is not a homogeneous mixture. It appears homogeneous, but milk is a heterogeneous mixture. All colloids are heterogeneous. They appear homogeneous.